Welcome to another training session for OpenDSS-G. In this session, we're going to talk about a new tool that is incorporated with OpenDSS-G version 5. This is called the EventLog Navigator. It's a very interesting tool that will allow you to debug your control actions when reaching out the maximum number of control iterations. This is something that can be done manually with OpenDSS, but in this case, we try to automate it. So this system that I have on the screen is one of the systems that we provide with the program. It's a modified version of the 123 bus system, in which we have 3 PV systems, all of them using an inverter control for volt-var control. So here I'm showing all the controllers that we have. We have rec controls, we have PVs installed, and of course, I'm going to highlight the in control. All of them have smart inverter. So I'm just changing some colors so we can see the elements clearer. And yes, we can see that the PVs have smart inverter functionalities. And this to provide voltage support using volt-var control. We can see the control actions. That model comes with 7 different control curves, no deadband, and well, the only thing that changes is the slope of the control curve, providing a different control action or set of actions when controlling voltage. We can see that the one we're going to work with initially is the first one, the one with the lowest slope. So for playing with this, the first thing we need to do is to make sure that the event log is on for the system. For this, we go to configuration, system settings, make sure that the event log default is equals to yes. After that, you're going to have to recompile your system. And after that, if you check yes, the event log default is still yes. And now we're going to set up the simulation environment. We're going to go for a daily simulation. And that's it. Now we just run the simulation. We got the simulation completed super fast. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go to the analysis section and open the EventLog Navigator. Once we open it, we can see all the different controls reported in this tree. However, there's one, or you can find several, that are reported in or highlighted in bold and underlined, which means that that's the controller that reported the larger amount of control iterations on each simulation cycle. Well, at least one of the simulation cycles. If you double click on the controller, it's going to show you what was the final value reported by the control, or the value that was applied over the element the controller was controlling. We can keep double clicking on different controls, and their curves are going to appear in different colors, and the name of the controller is going to match the color of the curve, so you will know what is what. Also, we can change the line width of the lines and center the cursor in case I want to do some evaluations in terms of values for each one of the controllers. We can also open, for example, the inverter control, and if we want to check what's inside in detail, we can export this to Excel or to the clipboard. It's going to open automatically, and we can see the details on what happened with that specific controller. I can just select one of the columns and see what was the output. And we can see all the oscillations. So not only the final value, but the entire oscillations. We have other menus inside that will allow you to export. Well, again, you can export to Excel, copy to the clipboard, localize the element within the schematic, which can be very convenient in many opportunities. Like, for example, here, I want to find this one on the GUI. It's going to blink where it is installed. And we can keep doing this to localize all the different controllers across the system. This is very useful, not only to localize the element, but also to debug our controls when, for example, they start oscillating indefinitely and reporting the warning on reaching out the maximum number of control iterations. Let's make another example. So I'm going to open the inf control. I'm going to assign the steepest control curve that we have, which is the 6. I'm going to restart the simulation and go. Now let's check for the event log. And if we look at the regulators, some of them probably have different behavior, but definitely the event control has a different output considering the control curve that we have defined. Again, we can export the controller's actions. This in order to help debugging what's going on with our controls, especially when reaching out to the maximum number of control iterations.